Hey, well, it's nice to see you here with me. Welcome back to another episode of Imperfect Marketing. I'm your host, Kendra Corman, and I'm super excited that you're here with me today because we're going to be talking about the challenges that plague so many business owners, entrepreneurs, marketers, really anyone who's looking to leverage email marketing. That's right. We're diving deep into the world of email marketing, the obstacles that we face, and how to overcome them like a boss. So, I know what you might be thinking, Kendra. Email marketing is a breeze. It's super easy. It's like skee ball, as my niece used to say. I just write a few words, I hit send, and the money rolls in. I just want to add like this laughing emoji here, the one that's crying because it's laughing so hard. I know you probably know this too. And I hate to break it to you. Email marketing is a bit more complicated than that. It's like, think of Game of Thrones of the marketing world, right? When you think you've conquered one challenge, another one pops up to take its place. If it's the tech, if it's the subject lines, open rates, click throughs, whatever it happens to be. So, we're just going to talk through a few of the most common ones today and arm you with some solutions and inspiration that you need to overcome those email marketing challenges that you come across. So let's put on your metaphorical armor, grab your trusty keyboard, and let's do this. First up on our email marketing challenges, low open rates. You know the feeling. You spend hours crafting the perfect email only to watch your open rates sink lower than the Titanic. But I don't want you to abandon ship just yet. There's plenty of ways to boost these open rates. Get your subscribers excited to read your emails. One of my favorite strategies is to channel your inner BuzzFeed writer and craft irresistible subject lines instead of something boring like monthly newsletter or news you can use. Try something like 10 mind blowing tips for insert topic. Number 7 will shock you. Or if you want to get really cheeky, try something like, you won't believe what happened when I tried. Insert technique here. The key is to pique your subscribers' curiosity. Make them feel like they're missing out if they don't open your email. Another way to boost your open rates is to segment your list like a pro. I repeat this regularly. It is so important because instead of sending your same email to everyone and their mom or everyone and their brother, I don't know which one is right because I used to say everyone and their brother and heard someone say everyone and their mom. So I'm not quite sure which one you're supposed to use. But anyway, back on track. Try segmenting your list based on interests, behaviors, zodiac signs, if you want to be funny. It could work depending on your business. By sending targeted, relevant content to specific groups, you increase the chances of your emails getting open and read because the content is more relevant and valuable. I actually heard somewhere recently that there's someone who sends their emails on Wednesdays, and don't yell at me if I'm wrong because I'm going off of memory here, because it's Mercury's strongest day of the week, which is good for communication, I think. So it really does depend on what you're selling, what you're sharing, and to whom. And if you're selling because the stars align for Wednesday sends, there's nothing wrong with that. And if it increases your open rates, more power to you. So let's think about the people who have high open rates, but nobody's taking action. Nobody's clicking. And your click through rates are lower than a limbo stick. It's like, how low can you go? And it's not a good thing because you're not going to win there. Well, then it's time to up your content game. Instead of sending emails that are drier than a desert, try injecting some personality, humor, pop culture. Use some storytelling to draw your readers in and make them feel like they're part of the action. Don't be afraid to use images, GIFs or GIFs, whichever one you want to call it, or even memes to break up the text. Add some visual interest if that works for you and your brand. For me, my audience reads with less stuff in there. GIFs for a while took over and increased my engagement level. Now, removing it and just having plain text has been actually what's been working well for me. Now, memes are awesome. I love them. I love seeing them and I love reading them. But let's pretend you're a fitness coach and you're trying to get subscribers to click through to your latest workout video. Instead of just saying, check out my new workout video, why don't you try something like, hey there, first name. You know that feeling when you're scrolling through Instagram and you see a fitness influencer with abs that could grate cheese? Well, you're like, ugh, I'll never look like that. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't need a six pack to be a total boss in the gym. In fact, I just created a new workout video that's all about embracing your inner strength and having fun with your fitness. It's like the Quentin Tarantino of workouts, a little unconventional, a lot badass. So, what do you say? Ready to channel your inner Uma Thurman and kick some serious butt? Click the link below to get started. See what I did there? I used humor, some pop culture references, and a little bit of empathy to make the click through irresistible. That's just one example. The possibilities are endless, but you draw them in a relatable way. And that may be too much punched up personality for you in your emails, and that is totally okay. All right. Because I get it. It took me more than 10 years to break out of my corporate mold and to start showcasing some of my personality in more of my communications, also known as I did it last year. So, what if your biggest challenge isn't open rates or click through rates, but it's unsubscribes? And every unsubscribe is just like a knife to the heart, right? It's like the email marketing equivalent of a breakup. It stings. It's not the end of the world, though. And sometimes it's good. They help you clean up your list, focus on the subscribers who are truly engaged and interested in your content and may actually purchase from you. That being said, there's definitely ways to minimize unsubscribes and keep your subscribers happy. One of the most important things you can do is to set expectations from the get go. When someone signs up for your email list, let them know exactly what kind of content they can expect and how often they'll hear from you. That's really important. If you promise weekly tips and tricks, do not start sending daily sales pitches because your unsubscribes are going to go through the roof. You're not delivering what you said you were going to do. Also, if you have a sometimes once in a while email newsletter like I used to have a long, long time ago, you're going to get a lot of unsubscribes because people forgot about you. They forgot about the value you provided them, and they're just not going to remember it. Another way to reduce unsubscribes is to give your subscribers options. Send 2 emails a week. That's totally fine. A couple of my friends do that and have a great success. Some people who don't want their Tuesday email unsubscribe from the Tuesday email, but stay on the Thursday email or the Sunday email or whatever day they happen to do it. Making things so that they're not one size fits all and that people are picking the content that you're going to send them. They get to choose how often, what kind of content and you can create separate lists for these different topics or preferences. That way you can make sure that your subscribers are getting exactly what they want. It's going to help them move their business forward. And they won't get anything that they don't want, right? If someone does unsubscribe, don't take it personally, even though sometimes it feels like there's really no way around it. Use it as an opportunity to learn and improve. Feel free to send a quick survey out, see why they left, what you could do better in the future. You might be surprised at the insights you gain, and who knows, you might even win some of them back in the process. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, Kendra, this all sounds great, but I barely have time to breathe, let alone tackle email marketing challenges. Yeah, no kidding. I'm with you, right? I've been there as a busy entrepreneur. It can feel like there's not enough hours in the day to get everything done. And most of the time, there isn't. But here's the thing. Email marketing is one of the most important tools in your marketing arsenal. It's like the Jon Snow of your marketing strategy. It might not always get the attention it deserves, but it is an essential, crucial player in the game. So, how do you find time to give your email marketing the love and attention it needs? Well, first things first, you need to make email marketing a priority. Just like you wouldn't skip brushing your teeth or watching the latest episode of your favorite Netflix series, you need to carve out dedicated time for your email marketing efforts. Whether it's 30 minutes a day or a couple hours a week, put it on your calendar. Treat it like any other appointment. You heard me. Put it on your calendar and treat it like any other appointment. I have it in my Asana tasks every Monday to get to work on my email newsletter. And I make sure that I set aside the time that I need to get it done. And if it's a recording Monday, like today was, then I go ahead and I make sure I either set time aside on the calendar to do it in between recordings, or I will do it before Monday. Now, let's just say you're sitting down to write an email and you're hit with a case of writer's block. Don't panic, first off. Okay. One of the best ways to come up with email ideas is to repurpose content you've already created. Remember that blog post you wrote last month? Turn it into an email series. That podcast episode you recorded, transcribe it, use the best parts in your email. You can even leverage AI for some ideas. I love leveraging AI for brainstorming. I've got a whole chapter on leveraging AI for brainstorming in my book and how to start prompting for that. So, if you want a free e-copy of that, we'll have a link in the show notes. But we have so many tools we can leverage. We just need to do it. And if you're feeling stuck, I've got another secret weapon for you. I've got 7 secrets to building relationships with content. This is a guide that is packed with tips and tricks for creating content that resonates with your audience and is set to help you build lasting relationships. And I'll tell you a secret, it all starts with questions. But you can use those same principles to come up with email ideas that will keep your subscribers engaged and excited to hear from you. Again, you can find the link to that in the show notes too. But if you're looking for some quick ways to think about your email and generate some content ideas, here's what I want you to do. First, know your audience like they're your best friend. And then write to them like they're your best friend. When you're brainstorming email ideas, I want you to think about what your subscribers are struggling with. What's keeping them up at night? What are they secretly dreaming of? Then create content that speaks directly to their pain points and desires. It's like being a mind reader, but without the crystal ball. Can't think of anything? That's a problem and a concern because that tells me you have not spent enough time with your audience. You need to know your audience as well as you know your best friend. So I want you to spend some time defining them. Take notes when someone asks you questions. I am pretty sure that someone asks you, "Can I pick your brain for a minute?" What do they want to pick your brain about? Why not use that in an email? Another secret is to tell stories that stick. Humans are hardwired to love the stories. So why not use them in your email? I always try to work them in as examples and stories in my podcast and my emails. You can share a personal anecdote, a case study, a fictional tale that illustrates a point or teaches a lesson. And I'll give you some bonus points if you can tie it back to your products or services in a natural, a non-salesy, non-douchey way. And it's bonus points because tying it back isn't always easy. At the end of the day, finding time and ideas for your email marketing comes down to really 2 things: prioritization and preparation. When you make email marketing a non negotiable part of your schedule, and you need to, you will have a toolbox full of ideas and inspiration. You'll be amazed at how much easier it becomes to overcome those pesky challenges and create emails that truly connect with your audience. So here's my challenge to you. I want you to block out some time on your calendar right now for email marketing, whether it's a 15 minutes or an hour. I want you to make it a recurring event and stick to it like glue. It is non-negotiable. Okay. Before your first session, go ahead, brainstorm a list of ideas using either the secrets from my guide or your own tried and true methods. Have a running list of ideas. I keep mine in Asana and it really helps me take a look and see what I feel about writing like that day, right? Especially if I have no ideas. And some of them I put on the list came from AI. So there's a ton of different ways to make it easier to sit down and write when the time comes. And remember, if you ever feel like you're in a rut, you need a little extra inspiration, don't hesitate to reach out to your fellow entrepreneurs, marketers, coaches, or consultants. Join a Facebook group, attend a virtual meetup, slide into my DMs, send me a note on LinkedIn. We're all in this together. We've got your back. So keep making time, keep coming up with those killer ideas, and keep being the email marketing rock star that you are. because email marketing truly works. At the end of the day, email marketing challenges are just part of the game. But with the right strategies, a little bit of humor, and a whole lot of perseverance, you can overcome any obstacle that comes your way. So don't let low open rates, click through rates, unsubscribes, or not enough time get you down. Use those as fuel to keep pushing forward and creating amazing content that your subscribers will love and interact with. And if you ever feel like you're in over your head, I just want you to remember, even the most successful email marketers started with 0 subscribers. They faced the same challenges, the same obstacles, and the same doubts that so many of us face on a regular basis. But they didn't let that stop them, and neither should you. So here's another challenge for you. Pick one email marketing challenge that you're currently facing and commit to trying at least one new strategy to overcome it. Whether it's crafting better subject lines, segmenting your list, or even just injecting a little more personality into your writing, every small step counts. And who knows, you just might surprise yourself with the results. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Imperfect Marketing. I'm so glad to have had you here. If you learned something today, it would be awesome if you would rate and subscribe wherever you're listening and watching. Until next time, have a great rest of your day.